Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor, may I, Professor Graham Shipley, as public orator, present Arun Kang, a candidate for an honorary degree. As the Roman poet Juvenal said, one should pray for mens sana in corpore sano, a healthy mind in a healthy body. This phrase has resonated down the centuries, but the idea is not unique to Greco-Roman or European society. Arun Kang grew up in Crawley, Sussex, among a family which had origins in northern India and which valued sport less for the rewards to the professional winner, but for the benefits that exercise confers. Among the sports he loved was football, and as a teenager, he and the current England manager, until this morning, Gareth Southgate, would continually be seen kicking a ball around in the street. While still at college, Arun set up his first charity, helping people in South London and Sussex develop their talents in the arts, culture and sport. At the same time, he started his career in the media. And after a period working as presenter and producer for BBC Regional Radio and Television, he decided to pursue his passion for equality, diversity and inclusion. Took a degree in management at UCL with a focus on equalities, and later graduated with a master's in the subject area at the University of Central Lancashire. He then became director of Cleveland Race Equality Council in the northeast of England. This was followed by a similar post with Warwickshire County Council, where he founded the charity Equality and Inclusion Partnership, EQUIP, and returned to his passion for sport by becoming the chief executive of the national charity Sporting Equals UK, which champions race equality in sport. Sporting Equals has as its aim the promotion of access to sport as well as sporting careers for ethnically diverse groups. It is here that Arun and his colleagues have had the greatest impact through a wide variety of named initiatives. For example, since 2017, the Sporting Equals Charter has promoted the membership of more equality groups on governing bodies such as the Football Association, the English Cricket Board, and some 60 others. Already, the percentage of non-white members of such boards has risen from 3% to 14%, and the proportion of female members has reached 40%. 2 years ago, Sporting Equals launched the Race Representation Index to widen the field of view to the senior workforces of sporting management bodies, with 92% of English governing bodies now signed up. The organisation works across many fronts. For example, showing organisations how to increase representation, covering the board, senior coaches, trainers, officials, and even helping to diversify the talent pathways. All too often in high-profile sports, such as football and cricket, the appearance of star players from ethnically diverse groups is welcomed by the public as a sign that things have changed, yet as time passes, the number of such players in some national teams falls back again. Cricket, for example, is played by hundreds of thousands of people with a heritage in South Asia, yet they feature in the men's England cricket team only sporadically. How can this contradiction be resolved for the good of the nation's physical health, for social cohesion, and for the greater success of our national teams? All too often, diverse, talented athletes cease to believe that such avenues are open to them and choose a different path in life. And even if they are successful in the early stages, ethnically diverse sportsmen and women all too often encounter bias and obstacles that others do not. With this in mind, Sporting Equals, 2 years ago, created the Race Discrimination Support Service in partnership with a law firm that offers its services pro bono, without payment of fees, to give legal support to athletes in such cases. This is the first initiative of its kind in the world. In 2020, Arun launched a public debate on minority terminology, believing that the commonly used acronym BAME, Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic, was no longer helpful as it subsumed a great variety of cultural and ethnic groups under two broad terms and tended to make people forget about other minority ethnic groups. A range of more specific terms has now been widely adopted by sports, the government and the BBC. This is no mere issue of semantics. Terminology matters, A more precise approach can help those working towards equality to tailor their efforts to the cultural beliefs and social needs of individual communities. All this, and many other initiatives which time forbids me to list, is being achieved through personal representations by people like Arun Kang, not only to government, which disburses funds into many sports, but also particularly to those who run sports at national, regional, local and school levels. Sporting Equals makes them better aware of the disparity between wide grassroots participation in a sport across the whole of society and the much rarer diverse ethnic representation in the upper echelons of national teams, as well as in sports management careers. Sporting bodies are often amazed to learn the scale of this disparity, which makes them keen to embrace initiatives at all levels to make young people believe that the avenues to higher levels of success, as well as coaching and management careers, are genuinely open to them. It will be a long road, but through his charismatic and tireless efforts, Arun is providing the energy, securing the funds, and creating the structures to build firm foundations for the future. Tangible results are already being seen. As a board member of the London Marathon during the COVID pandemic, Arun Kang helped facilitate the participation of 50,000 virtual runners in 2020. He is a fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, a global network of change makers which for over 250 years has used the evidence of research to make the world better. He is a member of the Institute of Directors, and for his outstanding work in championing racial equality in sport and physical activity, he was awarded an OBE in the New Year's Honours of 2020. Arun has a close connection with the University of Leicester. For many years, he has worked to increase sporting opportunities with our sociology department and our diversity, inclusion and community engagement unit, DICE. 6 years ago, Sporting Equals, in partnership with the university, created the Leaderboard Academy project, which has successfully increased ethnically diverse representation on sports boards nationally and within Leicestershire. As our university enters its second century under the banner of Citizens for Change, it is fitting that we recognise his achievements in improving the health of the nation and encouraging us to remove barriers to advancement in our society. Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Council and of the Senate, I present Arundeep Singh Kang that you may confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Laws.
Good afternoon, everyone. You're all as hot as me in here, so I won't be very long. Just before I start the formalities, I just want to say a couple of words about Gareth Southgate. We grew up together, as they said, Crawley, West Sussex. He was a true gentleman. I remember once we played every sport in the book, tennis, football, cricket, anything we could, jumping over a drain, whatever it was competitive in that way. But I remember once playing swing ball with him, and he got a bit carried away. So, I don't know if you all know, but it's a pole and it's a string and a tennis ball, and you're whacking the ball around. We ended up getting too close, and I whacked him straight in the forehead, a big bump, black and blue. Oh, it was nasty. It really was nasty. And I honestly thought, oh my goodness, this is really bad. So I obviously went over to Gareth, and immediately said, don't worry about it, Aaron, it's my fault. I was like, no, it was mine. He goes, no, don't worry, I came way too close to you. It was my fault. His mum then came out, and I thought, oh, I'm definitely dead now. His mum's going to kill me. We were just teenagers, and I was thinking, I was feeling quite traumatic, and his mum came over and said, wasn't your fault, Aaron. Come inside, let that orange squash. So that was the sort of family they were, very respectful, real gentlemen, and great family to live next door to. So I wish him well. I think he's done a fantastic, successful time at England. 2 finals, quarter-final, semi-final, never been done before. I wouldn't mind us just congratulating Gareth and the England team. If you can round of applause for him, please. Thank you. Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests. This is a real honour, honestly. I'm immensely proud to receive this doctorate from such a prestigious university as the University of Leicester. And all of you today who have also graduated, I hope you all feel the same amount of pride as I do, and relief too, as you've achieved something that no one can take away from you. I'd like you to all give yourselves a round of applause for what you've achieved today. Well done to all of you. Well done. This is the first day for you to think about your future, what impact and legacy you will leave on society now as graduates. My advice to you is focus on those areas and topics you are most passionate about on your course and build your career around that. Whether you go on to do a master's at the University of Leicester, of course, or pursue your career further. If you're passionate about the work that you do, you will be more focused, more committed, and more dedicated to achieve your goals. To be successful, you will need all these traits. As I said, pick your chosen area that you are passionate about and really want to be an expert in. Don't follow your peers or social media or what society is telling you to do. Follow your heart, and that's where your passion lies, and that will bring you purpose and the successes you deserve. I remember when I told my parents I was leaving media and I was going back to university to do a master's in equality, diversity, inclusion. They had absolutely no idea what I was talking about, what the course was going to be, and if there was even a career in it. It's going back 20 years ago. Honestly, nobody had a clue what this was. However, I followed my passion and carved out a career, becoming an established CEO, honoured by our late Queen, receiving academic and national recognition for my work, and today awarded a Doctor of Laws from the mighty University of Leicester. I'd like to thank the university for acknowledging my achievements in such a huge field of deserving candidates. I dedicate this award to all those that are working tirelessly for social impact. As a CEO, I can't achieve anything without the support of my organisation, and I thank my board and staff at Sporting Equals that have implemented my ideas and brought them to life. I also thank my family here today, who've always been my greatest supporters, so thank you very much. As the Chief Executive of Sporting Equals, a national not-for-profit organisation that has distributed millions of pounds to local sports clubs, we are honoured to be working in partnership with the University of Leicester. We've worked together for over a decade, and one of our most successful projects has been the National Leaderboard Academy, which works to diversify the boardrooms of sport to reflect society. Our programme was shown that at least 1/3 of candidates take up board roles within 6 months of graduating. So thank you again to the university for supporting us over the years. My final advice to our graduates in the room is to stay physically active. You may do long hours in the future and experience stress along the way, but sport and physical activity will help you stay healthy in body and mind and help you achieve your full potential. And don't rest until you are satisfied you've achieved all your goals. The Dallas Cowboys, in the sport of American football, promote a Latin phrase to its players, carpe omnia, which means seize everything. So graduates, stay active, stay focused, and seize everything. Thank you very much.